She was about to sell her parents' house until she found another floor under the carpet. In 2021, in a small town in northern Vermont, a house with peeling white paint and a sagging porch had been sitting on the market for 3 months. Outside, snow drifts higher than a man's waist and not a single buyer dared to take it. But one day, the owner returned, a young woman named Alice. She came to sign the final sale papers when she tripped over the carpet in the living room. She stumbled and realized something was very wrong. Alice was 29. 5 years ago, she had left this house after her parents passed away. Since then, she had been living in the city, working at a hospital, and only occasionally returned to check if the roof had caved in. The house felt empty, but the moment she stepped inside, the smell of old wood, stale dust, and cold winter air instantly pulled her back into memory. Her father in the armchair with a newspaper, her mother in the kitchen, the radio humming softly. She had finally decided to let go of the burden, to sell the house, to close the past. But in the living room, the carpet caught under her boot. Alice bent down to fix it and noticed, beneath it stuck out the edge of a metal hinge. The hinge looked as if someone had tried to conceal it for decades, worn but solid. Alice pulled the carpet back and discovered a square hatch cut into the floor. At first she thought, an old cellar maybe, but the actual basement was on the other side of the house, near the kitchen. This hatch in the middle of the living room made no sense. She tugged at the hinge. The wood creaked, and the passage opened. A narrow wooden staircase led down into darkness. The air that drifted up was cool, like from a deep well. Alice grabbed a flashlight from her car and returned. Each step bent under her weight, the air thick with dampness. The walls, not stone, but wood, as if this wasn't a basement at all, but another floor hidden below.
And guys, quick pause. Imagine my editor sitting here cutting this scene at 3 a.m. on an old laptop that sounds like a jet engine. He said if this video hits 5,000 likes, he'll finally let me buy him proper equipment so the stories come out even smoother. So if you're enjoying this, smash that like button. It literally upgrades the gear we use to bring you these creepy stories.
Alice descended and stepped into a hallway. On either side stood doors, 6, maybe 7. Everything was coated in dust, yet strangely lived in. The first room had furniture, a table, 2 chairs, a bookshelf. On the floor, tea plates and cups, though every dish was washed and neatly stacked. On the wall, photographs of people Alice had never seen before. The second room held a bed, old but made up as if someone had just risen from it. On the nightstand lay a book, published in 1967. Her pulse hammered. This wasn't a basement, it was an entire extra floor hidden for who knows how long. Alice pressed on, opening door after door. Each space looked too neat to be abandoned. In one, the air smelled faintly of soap. In another, freshly laundered clothes still hung. In a wardrobe, she found a box of letters addressed to her father, with dates missing from the family's archives. The last door was locked. Alice braced her shoulder against it and forced it open. Inside, a vast room. On the walls, dozens of photographs of her family. Childhood pictures of herself, school portraits, snapshots of her parents, but all taken from strange angles, from perspectives that didn't exist inside the house, as if someone had been watching them. On the desk lay a journal. The final entry dated back to 2015, the very day her mother died. The words read, "She won't come back down here again, but the daughter will. I'll be waiting." Alice dropped the flashlight. The discovery left more questions than answers. Who built this hidden floor? Why had her parents concealed it? And who wrote in that journal? Alice never sold the house. To this day, it stands locked, and locals whisper, at night, in the windows of the lower level, a light still shines. And now the question for you, what would you have done in Alice's place? Sell the house? Or try to uncover the truth?